Hey everyone, welcome back to another adventure with the Global Adventurers. Today, guess where we're going? London, England. We're going to take a trip on the London Eye. We're going to walk around town and we're going to end up down by the river under the Tower Bridge for the annual New Year's Eve fireworks. It's going to be a great time. This was a great adventure. I'm so impressed with what we did here, from the Eye to walking around town, riding the tube, all on a New Year's Eve, ending up with a fantastic firework display down on the river. If you've never been to London, I definitely advise you to take this adventure. New Year's Eve was spectacular. It was a great time. There's a lot to do, a lot to see, and we had a wonderful time. So check out this video. It's going to give you a brief overview of the Eye, out the cityscape of London. We're going to walk downtown past Westminster. We're going to ride the tube. We're going to end up for the annual New Year's Eve fireworks in downtown London. It's a great time. You're going to love this video. Please enjoy it. Remember to subscribe, click the bell icon. Have a great adventure. Alright, we picked up our tickets from the London Eye ticket booth and we've entered the second queue that's actually going to allow us to get on the Eye and into our pod and take the tour around. So from the ticket booth where you approach the Eye, it goes counterclockwise, and of course if you're on the other side of the river, it's going to look as if it's going clockwise. So what you do after you wait in line, we probably waited about an hour in line, not including the time to get tickets. It went fairly quickly. We kept moving. I heard someone say that the line was actually shorter than usual, so I guess we got there on a good day and were able to do the line in just an hour. The ride around is fairly long too. The Eye moves really slow, but it is a great opportunity to get some excellent views, excellent pictures of the London cityscape. I highly recommend folks doing this. So here's how you get on. You're just gonna slowly keep going through the line. It zigzags back and forth, and an attendant is going to count off folks for your pod. And the Eye does not stop, so hopefully that doesn't scare anybody. Just be prepared, it's not going to stop, but the attendants there are going to help you usher you into your pod. The pods are huge. I mean, from a distance it looks like a normal Ferris wheel type, but it's not. These things are massive. I don't know the footage size inside, but there was a lot of people in there, and they're just massive. There's windows completely 360 around. You're going to get some great views. When you start off, you're going to be looking north towards the northern end, and you can see all the different bridges, and there's little computer screens inside each pod, so the touch pads will allow you to pick out which buildings you want to look at, and it'll give you a little history or a little description of what the building is. We were there on New Year's Eve for the firework display. We came down to London early because we wanted to spend some time. We had dinner reservations I'll talk about a little bit later, and we wanted to check out the area, so we said, hey, let's go jump on the Eye and we'll see approximately where we want to stand, pick the bridge out, and see if we can't find a good spot for the fireworks. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're looking north. Our reservations were up near the Tower of London, which is north and around that bend there, and we had located pictures of little description on where the barges with the fireworks were going to be placed. So we had a good idea of kind of where we wanted to stand for the fireworks based on our bird's eye view from up here. We kind of picked out a couple places on where we might find it best to stand. As you go around, make sure that you check both the east and the west side, because London is huge and there's different attractions on both sides. Of course, primarily it's going to be on the west side of the river. That's where Westminster is. That's where Buckingham Palace is. That's where all the major governmental buildings are, and the famous, iconic buildings of London. Now we're on the south side, and you can see Westminster, and that of course is the seat of the government for England, the House of Commons, and House of Lords, I believe it's called. I don't know for sure. But also, one of the primary and major attractions is the clock tower that's on the north side of Westminster that houses the giant bell they call Big Ben. Unfortunately, this day we were there, it was under construction, so you can't see it, but after construction, I believe construction's over now, so you should be good, but you'll be able to see that famous clock tower, that iconic image of London, very well from here. So as we're taking this we took lots of pictures, lots of great pictures, views that you can't get from the ground level, you can get from the eye. So the price was fairly high per person, but I highly recommend it. Do it at least once if you've never done it before. If you want to get great pictures, of course, this is probably your best place to get the aerial pictures unless you have a drone, but I'm not even sure you can fly a drone in London. But definitely take the family, point out all the neat things from up there. It'll save you a lot of time in trying to figure out where you want to go, what you want to see, and it helps you calculate some distances. So we took it to, enjoy it, to pick out our spot for fireworks, to kill some time, and it was better than expected. I was really glad that we did it. So as you come down, there's a spot here. It's called Photo Zone. The announcer will tell you, but look on the bottom of your pod. You can find where you're supposed to stand, and like with any other tourist attraction, they're going to take your picture, which you can pick up after you're finished for your London souvenir. You see the camera out there. It's, like I said, the eye moves really slow, so you're kind of looking. You don't know when it's going to go off, but just be patient, and there it goes. Now, like I said, the announcer is going to give you instructions. One of the instructions they give you is that to start preparing to disembark. And just as you got on, there's attendants there. The eye doesn't stop, so the doors are going to open, and then everyone in orderly fashion will step off and go down the exit ramp. We're going to go walk through town after this. We're going to walk down towards Westminster, and we're going to cross the bridge, and we're going to do some sightseeing down there before we head towards the Tower of London, where we're going to have dinner. We found a great place. It was advertised. We think we just did an internet search for things to do New Year's Eve in London, and we found a place that was offering a 7-course meal with unlimited drinks, and it was only about £150 per person. That's a lot. I know it sounds like a lot. It is a lot of money, but you're getting 7 courses, and as we found out, they had entertainment, things for the kids to do. It was nice and warm, and believe me, it was cold the day we were there, but it was a great time. I highly recommend it to everybody. I didn't do video or pictures. They didn't allow it because they were doing kind of proprietary shows where they had different acts going on, different singing going on. They also allow you to dress up in kind of medieval England attire, which was kind of neat, and it was just a really good time. So we came in early, we parked. We wanted to make sure that we got a good parking spot. We parked several tube stops out of town so we could strategically enter town, do all of our festivities for New Year's Eve, and then get back on the tube to go out of town, and then be able to kind of escape town without being stuck in too much traffic. We're going to cross the bridge here, take some pictures. and check. I mean, this is a great view from down here, so definitely have some time to walk around. You can see so many different landmarks down here. There's so many shops and stores, and just it's a great time being down here, and everything's really close, and there's quite a few bridges, so you can bounce back and forth from one side of the river to the other. Don't feel intimidated. It is a big city, but like most European cities, everything is pretty concentrated into a downtown area. So just enjoy it and walk around and have a good time. All right, Big Ben under construction. Unfortunately, couldn't show you that. But there's other things down here. Of course, the rest of the Westminster Palace is available. And Westminster Abbey, the famous Westminster Abbey, is across there. You can see it. I'm putting the camera at it right now. So take your time, enjoy it, check things out, whatever you're interested in. There's a little something for everybody down here. So plan out your trip and just have a good time. From here, we're going to walk down a few blocks, we're going to jump on the tube, and we're going to head down to the Tower of London. It was about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile away, but it was cold and we didn't want to walk anymore, so we jumped on the tube and went down there for our reservations. The place that we went to was an old historic building. It was really neat. We were down in the basement, and it was, you know, the arched ceilings, you know, probably several hundred-year-old building, and it was a great time. The food was excellent, and the hosts were really good. We didn't want to leave. It was so much fun, but we wanted to go out and watch the fireworks. So what you're going to see after we get off the tube is we're going to cut straight to the fireworks scene. So we're going to be down near the Tower Bridge. That's where we chose to stand. Now, that wasn't exactly where we wanted to stand, but we were having such a good time at the dinner, we didn't leave early enough, and of course we didn't know that the police were stopping pedestrian traffic from walking down the river. About 11:30 is when they started putting up the barriers. So if you want to get where you're going, if you have a specific spot picked out, make sure that you try to leave 10:30. Otherwise, the police are going to stop the traffic from anyone walking down any further. So, but where we were at was still a great view of the fireworks. The camera didn't pick it up as well as your naked eye could see. So even as far down as the Tower Bridge, there was still a lot of people and great views, and the fireworks were popping. Everyone is having a great time. So this is one of the adventures that I highly recommend to anybody, is go to London for New Year's Eve. Check out the sights, make yourselves reservations to have some type of dinner. We did a themed dinner, which turned out to be awesome. I can't vouch for all themed dinners. We've been to a couple that aren't so awesome, but this one in London was particularly awesome. So here we are down at the bridge after dinner. We're just hanging out, having a few drinks, waiting for the fireworks to go off. And we're down there hanging out with everyone from London. It was a great time. Everyone's super friendly. I can't say enough good things about it. So, thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. We're going to get out of here before the fireworks start. Please, if you like this video, share it with your friends. Of course, please subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon for future videos and more adventures. And I'll leave you here to watch the fireworks and celebrate the New Year's. Thank you again for watching. See you next time on the next adventure.